Hello, my name's Tom Kyle. The date is the 21st of the 10th, 2013. I'm making another of my videos. It's going to be quite short, but it's just coming across an interesting point, and I think some people think this is a valid point. Well, it's or kind of question. It's kind of an open question. Maybe I don't know whether I've got the answer to it yet. But you see, with the ALPonz scheme, right? You've got bent coppers from the Met, Andrew Fisher. You've got bent coppers from the City of London Police, like they're all bent, and we know that from the Ian Puddick case. You know, they're sitting around in the room with people who should be in prison, and they just don't give a fuck. They're totally bent. The Met, you know, it's 50-50, something like, I don't know. Someone I've come across very nice people work for the Met, and I've come across very, very, very dodgy criminal ones, like most of the other constabularies around the country. But the point is, that, you know, they're a mixed bag. The City of London Police, they're just a Freemason enforcement, as far as I can understand, totally bent. Anyway, you've got two police forces with bent individuals. Then you've got the bent lawyers who are involved. You've got bent barristers. You've got this guy who did the opinion for Battens. Now, either he's a complete idiot or he's bent. You've got Battens solicitors. You've got Surrey Stevens and whoever her husband is, who's the chairman of the firm. Don't ever come back here again. Yeah, you've got him. You've also got another one who I allege is bent, and he's now got another lawyer involved. And some of the things he's done, they just beg a belief. I don't even know if I don't even know what his game is anyway. But I'm not allowed to talk about that, or I've agreed not to talk about it pending that court case going on. And you've got numerous other bent solicitors involved with it. They're all coming out. You've got Carter Ruck. You've got Adam Tudor of Carter Ruck, the famous libel lawyer who's very expensive, who was taken on by Roger Coleman CTTS. Who Roger the Dodger Coleman owns Coleman CTTS, and you've got Nigel Tarrant, right? All bent solicitors. They're just absolutely rife. You've got bent accountants. You've got people then employing those bent accountants at Smith Williamson. You've got another firm, Mondays, who I didn't think were bent to start off with. But then they started acting very, very moodily towards me when I just alerted them to the fact they're probably being used as a tool. I didn't think they were involved. I just thought they were being used as a tool, and they're probably innocent. I just wanted to let them know. Then they started becoming very aggressive, telling me not to contact them again. Very strange. Teacher Stern employs Navinda Grover. More solicitors. Don't contact us again. I never said anything bad about them. I said, you want to have a look at what he's been up to, you need to get rid of him. He's going to bring your firm into disrepute. Became very aggressive. Again, I'm quite happy to say they're a criminal organisation. There is no other possible conceivable reason why they would say that. I'll make it very clear. I never said a bad thing about their firm. I never said a bad thing about Navinda's work at the firm. This was like a job outside of work that he was doing as part of a criminal enterprise. I completely can prove it. It's as obvious as the nose on your face. It is beyond reasonable doubt. Not interested, right? So you've got bent solicitors, bent accountants, KBSB partnership signed off Aston Lloyd's book, RE10. Yeah, all these people. And you've got basically, you know, people who are like the head of various different, like the insolvency practitioners, they're all sort of on ethics boards and all this stuff. And the people who went to work for the company Smith Williamson, the top guy there is the head of fraud examiners in Britain. I told him, you know, look at what they've been up to. You know, you can verify that they've been up to, you know, snide stuff and they're bent very easily. And you know, he just sort of said, oh yeah, thank you. I'll have a look into it, and then he didn't get rid of them. So, you know, again, what on earth is going on right now? Carter Ruck's involvement, for me, indicates there's an intelligence angle here, because he dealt with the McCann case, you know, the ones with the little girl who went missing, and the British government become incredibly interested in making sure the whole thing got, you know, it got an inordinate amount of attention, it did. I think there's some intelligence services there. I believe McCann, Jerry McCann's what do you call it? Isn't he? He's a Freemason. He looks like a fucking nasty piece of work. Look at his face all crisped up. He's like really evil. Now I know that if I had children that got stolen, especially if I'd have been out on the piss and leaving them in the room on their own, and the head of the Portuguese police said, I think they've killed them, I would be keeping my mouth shut. I wouldn't be suing every Tom, Dick and Harry. That's highly suspect. That's not normal behaviour. It's slightly psychopathic behaviour. You just keep your mouth shut and disappear, and they're going off to like China to see if she's turned up. And what's like? It's just absolutely ridiculous. And then all the obvious leads, I don't want to go near them, and they're supporting the Met. Absolutely disgusting waste of public money, 34 million or whatever in a new investigation. And you've got Theresa May's got 3 files that are secret. She's the Home Secretary. They're secret on the Madeleine McCann thing. So they're not allowed to look at the actual evidence from the previous investigations. They have to look for some new stuff. So they're coming out with all this bollocks. It's absolutely ridiculous. Point is, wherever you see Carter Ruck involved, I always think, well, they used to represent Jimmy Savile, I believe, from this newspaper cutting I've seen, and they also managed the Sally Burko, Lord McAlpine cover-up most recently, and they've also covered up Ponzi schemes in the past, allowing them to continue to trade, not after they've been criminally charged. This is when someone's just said something about them doing snide business, and they've kept them in base. Now, I'm just thinking, so you've got police, they're obviously presuming the judiciary is not going to be interested in pursuing this should it go to court. So I've got no evidence that there's any directly corrupt judiciary involved. Obviously, I'm quite experienced dealing with the UK judiciary on cases to do with myself and also other people's. I've witnessed them, and some of the judges, like, they're just shocking. Like, some of the things they come out with, like, it's quite, they don't even pretend to be straight. They just come out with some outrageous stuff. People would not believe some of the things they come out with, and they've got some audacity. Some of them have. Anyway, so you got that right now. What I'm thinking now is, right, what's missing here? You've got definite Freemason involvement. Obviously, you can never prove it because they don't write down they don't broadcast the fact they're doing Masonic conspiracies. But if you're getting special treatment off the police, clearly they must be Masons, mustn't they? Or there's a lot of individual bribing incidents going around, but I don't think they really do that. That's not how it works. It's Freemasons, isn't it? So you've got Freemasons covering things up, running amok in the country as per usual. And what's missing? Because as I've looked at my other videos, you have certain things that seem to be present in all of these things. And there's two ways, isn't there? There's outright bribery, or some kind of getting upped in some kind of, snide business deal. Or there's people have got dirt on people. Right now, I'm pretty sure the Aston or Ponzi scheme involved quite a lot of people. So even if you take the average of the population, different people have different amounts of the amount of pedos in it. But where are the pedos? That's what I'm saying. People might say, "Oh, you're mad. Why are you bringing it up?" Where are they? If there's no pedos involved, I'll be fucking amazed, right? You've got police. The police fucking love pedos, don't they? Not all the police, but there's a significant proportion of them. Just like I've said, you get good ones, you get bad ones. You've got bent solicitors all sticking up for each other. These people aren't all paying each other yet. I know they're all in league together, but there's two types of glue. There's the pedo glue, or the sexual perversion glue, and the sort of horrible dirt type stuff. And then there's the money. And money's much harder to sort of you're switching money around from one place to another. It's a bit more difficult. I reckon you're going to find out that at some level, as with all of these big conspiracies, there's going to be a pedo angle. Some of them are going to be pedos and they're going to have dirt on each other. And that's how they're getting them to do and partake in these crimes. Watch out for the pedo angle. I know you might think this is stupid. I'm going out on a bit of a limb here because I'm very, very confident, just on an average, you're going to find there's going to be something sick and perverted, which is being used to blackmail some of these people or basically force their hand into doing things. Anyway, so you might think that's a bit far-fetched. I've got no evidence of it. I'm just thinking it's the modus operandi. it would be more unusual that it wasn't involved than it will be involved. So just have an eye out for it. Do you know what I mean? Have an eye out for it. If you're a victim of that crime, the ALPonz crime, consider why are these people all so keen to cover it up. They're not all getting bribes and stuff like that. Some of them are, some of them aren't, but they're not all. So how are they getting them to be putting themselves in a quite compromising situation? Alright, thanks very much. My name's Tom Cahill. I'll be interested to know what you think. Probably you'll just say I'm mad, and then who knows, I could be wrong, but it's just a guess. I'm going out on a limb saying this. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.